Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of the ECC. My name is Frater, and with me in the casting booth tonight is the legendary analyst, Mr. Bepic. Mr. Bepic, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic with an intro like that. Legendary analyst. Now everyone watching is gonna have high expectations for me later. But I'm happy to be in the booth with you once again. We were together a couple of weeks ago doing ECAC, and
Mhm.
I think we got to cast Farmingdale, who happened to be playing the CSI Dolphins in this grand finals again in front of us.
Absolutely. And these two teams are no strangers to these high pressure matches. They have faced each other before in the spring 2022 finals of the ECC. And, well, spoiler alert, CSI came out on top there with a score record of 4-2, and it was not just spring 2022 Epic, fall 2021 CSI, and
Mhm.
spring 2021, you'll never guess it, it was still CSI.
Yeah, Staten Island's kind of good at Rocket League, is I think the narrative that we should all have going into this grand finals. But Farmingdale, I mean, I see them everywhere. I see them in the SUNY Esports League. I see them in ECAC, ECC. These guys are grinders at the top level, and their time is coming to win a title in the ECC. And who better to win it over than the three-time reigning champs in the College of Staten Island? I mean, both these squads undefeated. They've both lost one game apiece throughout the season, and that's across 8 series and 9 series for Farmingdale and CSI respectively. So they've played a lot
Mhm.
of Rocket League, and they have won a lot of Rocket League.
I believe in the semifinals, CSI Dolphins were able to beat Molloy College Esports to head into the grand final. It was a 3-0 clean sweep, and on the other side, a 3-0 clean sweep as well. It was Farmingdale going up against Deauville University. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but it's just how it is. Heading into these grand finals, Bepik, what are your expectations? Do you think we finally see something different here in ECC grand finals?
Honestly, this is such a close matchup. I don't know if I can confidently make any kind of prediction because both these squads, I mean, they're 1-2 in the ECC. They've played each other numerous times, and it's been kind of CSI favored. So maybe I would lean towards them if I were to make a prediction. But I'm just hoping for a 6-7 game series, just to give the ECC Grand Finals the high caliber, highfalutin series that I think it deserves.
Absolutely. And whoever wins this series will have two trophies to take home by the end of this
Mhm.
week because CSI have already taken the cup there in the Overwatch tournament, while Farmingdale have taken the cup in the League of Legends tournament. So we got champions here from both universities. I believe, Epic, we're just about ready to head into the game number one of this best of seven series.
Yes, we are. CSI in blue and then Farmingdale Rams in orange. Here we go, Flater. I have a lot of high expectations for what these two teams are about to put on display for us, and no better way to start us off with a shot. 11 of course. Already a demo, a shot, and a big chance for CSI.
Already off to a great start here. So much offensive pressure coming in from CSI. Just goes to show the kind of presence they're bringing into this first game here. 20 seconds in, no goals from either of the sides here, but I believe CSI, they're starting to get a little handsy. A shot opportunity for FSC, saved by 11 right in front of the blue net. Here we go, Driftsy trying to get away, but
Ooh.
look at that play from Dirty Boy. Sends it down center, but it fails to put it in.
That was close, though. I'm glad to see it's not just a completely one-sided first minute. CSI was scaring me there with a couple of great looks, demos as well as the shots they were getting on target, but a clearance plus a couple of responses now. Farmingdale with a pair of good looks, but the defense has held strong so far on both ends. 11 making a couple of big saves and then following up with some big bumps on the other end. That's the player I'm watching out for, Flater. 11 the captain of this CSI roster, and definitely I would say the key playmaker on that roster.
Absolutely. We have seen what he can do before. We have seen him in the ECAC playoffs
Yep.
as well. And this man is a beast when it comes down to it. As of right now, we got both of the teams, right? Going back and forth here in the midfield. The possession play being in a bit of a ping-pong action right now. As you see, 11 on the ball. Couldn't keep it with him. Not for much longer because FSC is still looking to get out of their own half. Mux with a little bit of a bump. Oh my god, look at that flick from Mux. Sent it high. But it's down to FSC now to make a play here. Driftsy on the backboard looking to get that save. It's going to be going over to Drew, and I believe, Drew has been around for quite a long time here.
Yeah, Drew's definitely been a staple of the Rocket League collegiate scene, I would say. I've gotten the pleasure of casting him on several occasions, and as well as in the Knockout City scene when that was still fairly big. eBest Drew was at the very top of that esport. And so I just have to mention that every single time that I possibly can, because it's so impressive to be at the top level of not just one but two esports. It's not Drew scoring the first goal, but it is Farmingdale State. Dirty Boy taking the first.
There they go, off of a great pass. A bit of a mistake coming in from Mux there, looking to send it down center over to 11 but he could not get the touch, and it's Dirty Boy taking the advantage, setting that first goal for the FSC side. Half the game remaining here, Bepek, and we got the very first goal in.
Now, it felt like a matter of time before something finally found the back of the net. Both teams looking very creative, looking clean with their mechanics, but Farmingdale, the first on the board. I don't know if I would have expected that, considering the high stature of the CSI Dolphins, but it's not a severe underdog flater, so it's not too surprising. The answer was almost found, but Driftsy couldn't get on the other side of that ball.
Oh, they're very close here, just pricking the back of the net. Haven't found it, though. Otto looks for the clear, sends it over to Dirty Boy around in the midfield. Best Drew is past two. Unfortunately for him, Mux is there to save the day, and there he is once again, getting that clear, sending it over to 11 down to the midfield. Mux goes up high. An opportunity once again for the blue side here, but the defense is standing out strong once again off the backboard. The ball cleared away, an opportunity for an open net. Here's Drew looking for the double, and it almost in. Mux with a great save, but the danger, they're not out of the water yet. Dirty Boy, can he make it happen? No, he can't. They live by a thread. CSI back on the offense.
I don't know how CSI survived that. Two perfect opportunities to put it away, maybe three perfect opportunities, and now a transition almost yielding that answer. The equalizer the Dolphins have been hunting for a while now, but Farmingdale turned it aside with ease, and they're right back to hitting hard on the other end. 11 again, an awkward touch that doesn't really do much. Dirty Boy collects in the midfield with so much space, looking for Drew down the field, but the pass left a little bit to be desired. Farmingdale will have to retreat. Chance for Driftsy. The shot blocked. The rebound, however, finds its way through. 1 minute left in game one, and we're knotted up.
And who else but Driftsy to put this one in the back of the net? Great read by him, reading that defender's play, knew that Dirty Boy did not have enough momentum to send it high or send it wide. Got the read, got the goal. We got 60 seconds left here in this first game, and we are all tied up. CSI on the offensive side, 11. The flip reset, shot on target, saved by Drew, and this is the kind of plays that we expect from the CSI roster. Driftsy, here he is once again looking to make something happen. 11. Couldn't get a piece of that ball yet, but Driftsy right back in it to apply more and more pressure, and CSI are spending a lot of time on the offensive half here. So finally being able to push back with no boost to work with 11. Flip reset doesn't do much, but we're running out of time here, Bepik, and this game could go the distance.
Farmingdale has done a good job, though, of kind of stifling that second wind that the Dolphins seem to have found after putting their first goal in. And with that stifling, a pass down the field, Otto to shoot, just a bit short of putting that ball on target. Dirty Boy, a little drop down, but 11 finds the easy save. And with the clock winding down, overtime looking likely as the ball's stuck in the corner. That shot weak.
Oh.
The pre-jump from Drew, no good, and Dirty Boy lets it fall. We get OT in game one.
Game one overtime, just a staple of what's to come here in this best of 7 series. FSC, are they going to come out on top here? Are they going to make the upset happen? Are they going to take game one? It all comes down to the play right here. Otto on the ball has some boost to work with. No 50 for him as 11 takes it up high, sends it onto the midfield. Driftsy, an opportunity for a pass, sends it over to Mux, but look at that trip coming in from, I believe, the FSC side. Just making sure that the opportunities are few and far between for CSI here. 30 seconds into the overtime, and we're still scoreless.
Transition game has been big for CSI as their bump attempts have been fruitful. They've found contact with several goal line defenders of Farmingdale, but the follow-up that's lacking typically on those plays. And transition the other way as CSI didn't get very far on their attempt, so Otto and company through the corner don't find anything. 11, a bomb down into the orange end of the field, but Dirty Boy keeps it out of CSI hands until Mux collects in the midfield. In the corner, Driftsy stepping up, pass center to Mux to shoot, to score! CSI from behind take game 1.
Mux sending it down into the net, and it was Drew right in front of the goal line who wasn't able to make contact, and after a minute of a very intense overtime, it is CSI who come out on top here. But Bepik, this is just so exciting. You can just see both of these teams battling it out at the highest level of Rocket League, and I cannot expect for either of these teams to make a sweep happen, because so far FSC, they have been playing a phenomenal job.
Now, if a sweep does end up happening, if CSI take the next 3 straight, then I'm going to be sorely disappointed, because after that game 1, I'm looking for 6 more iterations of what we just saw. The incredible saves that Staten Island had to keep themselves in that game, it felt like it should have been 2-3-0 as Farmingdale tried to build upon their opening goal in that game, but they couldn't. They couldn't break through Mux and 11 who had those 3 big saves for CSI. Despite the 6 shots on target, just 1 finding the back of the net. Farmingdale was close on several opportunities, but CSI came roaring back there in the second half and then into overtime of that first game, Flater, and they looked like the #1 seed in this grand finals.
And we've talked about this FSC. They were really quick on the kind of transitional attacks that they set up with their counters and maybe with their saves and the demos. And I believe if they could just amplify it up just a tad bit higher, we will have they will have themselves a winning game.
Yeah, I think transitions seem to be the key part of the series, at least so far, as both sides were in a very transition-heavy game, as the defenses were finding up clear after clear, it felt, and making the offenses work in very short bursts. So whoever can win that counterattack game, I think, will take this series, unless we see some strategic changes on either end. But until then, the counterattacks, the big part. Here's one for Dirty Boy. Double short. Otto's rebound, no good.
Oh, some really unfortunate plays there for the FSC side, sending CSI right back into the offense, where it's Driftsy almost in front of the net. Got that shot in, but it's Otto back on the counter. Shot on target. 11 isn't there to make it, and FSC once again start off strong here. 30 seconds in, and they're taking goal 1.
It's a great punish by Otto, realizing the net was empty on the other end of the field, but that goal is the fault of CSI more than it's to the credit of FSC, because they way overcommitted on that demo play. Great connection, 11, but the teammates have to be there a little bit earlier once that demo comes through, because if Drifty's there about half a second sooner, it's a goal. There's no doubt about that. The goal line was cleared and the shot was free, but just have a second behind the play ends up costing CSI not only a goal for them, but it gives Farmingdale the lead here in game 2, but we saw CSI come from behind in the last game. Flater will have to do it from... No, actually, no second goal yet. What a block.
What a block indeed, coming in from the CSI side. The defense holding on strong here, but like you said, FSC still on that 1-goal lead, right? And of course, it is all about the timing here. You have to be quick on your feet, especially on the defensive side here for CSI. Down by 1, and so far it has been FSC who's been mauling the back of the net here, trying to find another goal. So far they haven't done it, but very close to do so. Here's Mux on the counter, has to face only 1 defender. Have they done it? They have almost have, as Drew on the offensive side. A 1v1, what does he do? Not much. Doesn't do much, and with 90 seconds remaining, we're still only in a 1-goal game.
Farmingdale, it seems like they're closer to scoring their second goal than I think CSI is to scoring their first, but that's what it felt like for the majority of the last game before CSI found the equalizer and forced OT. So I'm not going to write anything off just yet, as CSI have Mux on the back line, stealing boosts, looking for demos, but there was no one taking a deep rotation for Farmingdale. So no demos, no bumps or anything, so clear found, and Otto in the blue box, kind of doing that same thing, aggressive posturing on both ends, but it's not really worked out just yet, except for keeping this game very chaotic in the way of clears and counterattacks.
Oh, Bepik, I'm telling you, these physical plays might just be the deciding factor for who takes this next goal. Mux right in front of the goal line, good 50, sends it into the corner, should be able to have possession here. Great play by him, hold on to the ball for a little while longer, as we see CSI struggling to get out their own half. Still the touch, but it's not good enough. Mux there to save the day here. But FSC, they want to keep in the blue half, and they would want to be here for even longer, as we see that CSI, they're running out of boosts. So as much time you spend on the pressuring side, there are more and more opportunities for you to take a goal.
It was great work by Driftsy to get a 50 that turned into possession for CSI, then be a passing option for a potential score, but didn't quite have the play perfectly read, like the thought though. And CSI close on many occasions, but still having to make saves like that. It's Mux this time playing hero on the blue back line. That miss from 11 could have been scary had Dirty Boy had an easier ball to put in, but we'll stay at a 1-0 scoreline as CSI look. Their counterattack looks a bit stunted right now, Flater. It still feels like Farmingdale has the advantage in that regard.
That they do. So far, I've barely seen CSI being able to get out their own half, and that is all due to the transitional game just being a lot better on the other side, as we've seen from rather than what we've seen from CSI so far. Only just a little more than 60 seconds left here, Bepek. What do you think is going to happen? Do we see the goal coming in from CSI? They're on the right track to do so, but there is no pressure on the other side, not yet. Still, FSC seems to be the one in charge.
I mean, if the final minute of this game is anything like the final minute of Game 1, then sure, CSI, good chance of coming back, but we did not see a second goal at all in game number 1 from Farmingdale, and they finally added on to the first that they scored in this one. Ebest Drew with the finisher. Just a simple backboard passing play as CSI was way too spread out in defense, recovering from their, again, aggressive posturing on the offensive end.
Love to see this kind of momentous play. You know, you'd almost get tunnel vision after 4 minutes of constant back and forth, but no, this team, they found the opportunity and they got the goal to themselves. Well, wouldn't want to be celebrating a little too early, Drew. All right, it hits the backboard. We see CSI still struggling to get that very first goal. This could just be it now. 11-10. Epic, there are only 30 seconds left, and do we see this 2-goal comeback? It seems very tough, but FSC, they're looking like they're giving CSI an opportunity here.
Still, CSI, I mean, yeah, you're right, CSI with a couple of good looks again, but the execution just a little bit off. Here's a 2v1 and Mux drives around the ball. I don't know if they got bumped there in the midfield or what happened, but that's going to waste a lot of clock and should be the end of this second game. Lest 11 does do something magic here. No, not quite. The center ball meets no one until Driftsy in the corner, who can't do anything with that shot. Before the clock expires, Flater, a 2-0 series lead. No, sorry, I forgot Farmingdale didn't find that second goal in game 1. It's a 1-1. No series lead for either side.
Well, effectively a best of 5 now for both of these teams, and FSC, they really stepped it up here in game 2. We see a total of 8 shots coming in from FSC, and it doesn't feel like 8 shots. It seems like they've had the majority of the possession here in terms of ball control and in terms of field domination.
Yeah, I mean, it still felt back and forth, that game. I mean, I think Farmingdale was kept in transition a large chunk. I do agree they had the majority of the possession, but I don't know if it was by a significant margin. But CSI couldn't do much with their time spent behind the ball, it felt like. They were stuffed in corners. They were kept in the midfield, taking neutral 50s and trying to work their way towards net, whereas when Farmingdale would get out of their half, they would be immediately in the blue box, attempting whatever they could to get that CSI defense to break apart. But, I mean, CSI, there are chances. They should have been on the board that game, but when it came down to that final touch, that final attempt on net, it just wasn't the perfect moment for them, really, at all that game.
Yeah, we did see the accuracy of the CSI side taking a hit for the worse in those past few opportunities that they had on the orange net. However, they should be able to redeem themselves going into this one. We hope they do, because it is now the series scores being 1-1 with the momentum currently being in favor of FSC.
That it is, but momentum is a fickle thing, especially when you have two schools with legacies of winning on the field. And how closely matched they are. That's a good doink by Durney, especially because Otto was prepared for it, trying to follow it up, but 11 also was prepared for it. Chance for Durney Boy, but Driftsy on the back wall. CSI spread apart again. 11 though denies Ebest Drew. There will be no opening goal for Farmingdale just yet.
Oh, you love to see it. The defense holding on strong here. No early goals for either of the sides, and it's 11 with a double demo there. An opportunity for Driftsy to put this one in, and it's CSI coming out on top and taking goal number 1.
Double demo. got CSI that goal. Finally, a demo play of theirs comes to fruition. They get the demo and the goal because there was someone center prepared to win that ball. Perfectly executed play by Staten Island. That's what they've been looking for. That was their strategy coming into this series, and finally it yields some effective results, and we'll see if they can follow it up with an 11-team double. That would have been nasty had it gone in, but the defense was ready.
They indeed were, and this is the kind of plays, these are the kind of mechanics that we're expecting here. Some flashy plays here and there, but overall ruled by the kind of team plays that are coming in from both sides. CSI on the offense can't keep it up with much longer because Otto and Vistru, they have something for themselves, sending it down towards the blue net. It hits the back post, and Driftsy is there, rather Mux is there to close it out, sends it on to the other half. Otto doesn't want to let this goal go in, is going to be holding on to this ball in the corner for a little while longer, sends it over to Drew, who's looking for a redirect there, but Mux comes in with the save. And it's just a lot of back and forth between these two teams. Who's going to take this next goal? 11-10, you need to do something here. He does. And Driftsy is there to clear it out.
We go Driftsy. Beats one in the midfield and beats two on the goal line, but the ball wasn't on target, so it doesn't really matter outside of getting CSI possession. See what they can do with it. That center ball a bit weak, and the defense was able to get on top of it. Driftsy trying to keep the ball in play. Use that double commit that they just saw happen to their advantage, but the defense of Farmingdale prevails and will get out for the time being. But CSI seem dead set on scoring their second goal, but that nifting passing play will at least postpone it a little bit longer.
Indeed it will, and you know, you have to wonder, while being in a lead, do you think it is worth going for the risky demo plays from the CSI side? So far, yeah, they have made it work, but we have seen it in the past that sometimes it doesn't happen. But for now, Drifty's gonna shut me up. Here it is, the next second goal coming in from the CSI side with half the game remaining here. FSC, they're down by 2.
The question you just asked, Flater, if with the lead you go for risky demo plays, also applies to risky rotation, which is what we just saw Staten Island employ to get themselves a second goal and that little bit of a buffer between them and a Farmingdale comeback. And apparently CSI answers yes, it is worth going for those risky plays in offense. So I'm happy to see them still sticking to their aggressive stance in offense because it worked out right there. The execution is finally there for the Dolphins, and it gets them a 2-goal lead and a potential advantage in this series if it holds.
Hey, if it works, don't fix it. If you're getting goals, don't touch and change the strategy. So far, CSI strategy have been working out perfectly well for them here in Game 3. And Driftsy almost there got a third goal for himself as well. But FSC, it is now their time to shine. It is now their time to set up a comeback here. Drew sends it down center. The redirect is there, but the speed is not good enough. As Driftsy managed to get a save right in front of the goal line. Here he is on the offense, not getting a touch. Danny Boy looking to send it over to Otto. An opportunity setting up for FSC here, but look at that. CSI, they take it right back. A shot on target, saved away by Driftsy, and time is ticking down, and FSC, they're still down by 2.
They are, and they haven't had the moments of slightly extended offense. I say slightly because there really have been no moments of extended offense in this series, as the defenses have been playing very well when it comes to getting clears, but this is kind of the closest you get to that, with a couple of chances on net before you are sent back to your own half. And we spent about 10-15 seconds in the blue end. Farmingdale closer to getting on the board, but this defense of CSI is tough to crack, well positioned by Driftsy, out of the bump, right there to receive an infield pass and send it all the way back into the FSC end.
And it is now the time to take risk over at the FSC side, and now is the time you take a risk and go for these offensive plays. The things that were done by CSI, it's time to switch it up and do it yourself. Dirty Boy hears me just fine. He says, I'm there to make a play, and the lead is cut down in half.
And Dirty Boy just came in from the deep rotation, shot the ball on net, and there were no Dolphins left. I don't know what happened there. CSI got spread apart, and that's what has happened several times now. Whenever Staten Island concedes, it feels like their defense isn't quite set due to either a mistake or what Farmingdale was doing to them in their own end. But Flater, they're right back to playing aggressive offense. 2 go for that shot, and they nearly score.
But it's not enough. FSC, if they want to send this to overtime, it is now or never to start applying pressure. It is now or never to send this pass down over to Dirty Boy. Can he make it happen? The redirect was so close, Pepe. Unfortunately for them, 10 seconds remain here, and they have to start from scratch once again in their own corner. Get it past one, send it down center. Danny Boy fails to get a touch. One final opportunity for Beast Drew, but he has no boost to work with as the ball looks to be dropped down here. Mux take control over at 0 seconds. Just a lot of back and forth, but it seems like the ball's going to be dropped down there in front of the blue net, and it's going to be CSI who take game number 3.
Another one-goal game that CSI are able to come out on top of. This time, they get outshot by Farmingdale. Again, it feels like the majority of the possession on the Farmingdale end. That has been a consistent factor throughout the series, and this time it felt like it was a little bit more severe, especially at the end. But the difference this time around, CSI had themselves a buffer. Their offensive strategy finally got themselves a lead significant enough that Farmingdale wasn't able to make the comeback and really come close. Okay, I'm gonna take that back, Flair. They did come close. That 0-second play was a little scary for the Dolphins, but they coaxed the ball to the ground, didn't look too panicked, and I think that sense of calm is important for them in this grand finals.
And we see 9 shots coming in from FSC here in this particular game. However, I feel like quality over quantity is something that we could look at here, because FSC, the times that they had, the opportunities that they had to go for shots, they were few and far between. But the quality could have been a lot better. We could have seen a lot more powerful shots coming in from the FSC side. And well, CSI, they overall did a pretty good job in keeping the ball to themselves and making sure that FSC was given minimum possession.
Yep, I agree with you. The quality of possession was much higher on the Dolphins side. We'll see if that changes, though, because Farmingdale have to find their way back from a deficit. Again, they answered in Game 2 previously. Now they have to do it in Game 4. But the difference is, back then, they were finding the first goal of the game. Game 3, that changed. The first 2 fell to the Dolphins, and this one looking like the opener going the Dolphins' way. If that shot's a little bit more on, with the second attempt. Driftsy clangs it off the post.
Oh, that is twice for CSI. Two opportunities for them to take that first goal. So far, FSC, they're hanging on strong, but stuck in their own half. Here's Mux with another shot on target. They're looking to just slam this out, make a clear happen. Otto, no boost to work with, so it's going to be Dirty Boy with little momentum to try and get this out. 11 on the ball, sends it onto the backboard, off to his teammate Driftsy. Can he pick it up on time? No, he doesn't, but pressure still very much on the FSC side here. Can CSI make their first goal happen, or will be FSC coming out on top? I believe they do. Shot on target off the demo, and the first goal goes to FSC.
I think I have exact numbers when it comes to possession of the first 58 seconds of Game 4. It was 57 seconds of possession for the CSI Dolphins, and it was 1 second of possession for Farmingdale Rams. What a demo and shot. Ebest Drew broke that play wide open by getting aggressive, hunting down the last man for CSI, and Farmingdale capitalized. Well done.
I'll talk about stepping up the quality of possession, like we said earlier. Only a minute in. FSC, they're up by 1 now, and they're feeling pretty good about themselves. CSI, even though they've had a lot of pressure opportunities, they haven't been able to convert it into a goal, let alone an opportunity for a goal. So far, this demo could turn fatal as the third man is there to make a play, but Dirty Boy makes the save. How does he do it?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I was looking at a different player's camera, and then Dirty Boy all of a sudden sent that ball wide. And the counter, almost fruitful for FSC, but Ebest Drew a little bit short. There was a defender, though, on the goal line prepared to find the save, but Farmingdale have escaped their own end without conceding now. Ken had a second bar down and out goes Drew's shot, and Mux wins the race to that ball, but CSI need to be careful because the Rams are stampeding on the blue end of the field.
And you love to see the kind of accuracy that they're bringing on, the way they're reading the opponent's plays and making these air dribbles happen. It is so scary for the CSI side, as we see only the half the game remaining here. FSC, they're looking to make that second goal happen. Driftsy, here he is on the ball. A little bit of a struggle on the sidewall there. So Otto will be taking possession, sends it down center, and the second goal for FSC comes in, and it all thanks to Drew, who's in the right position at the right time to take the second goal.
I'm so impressed with Drew, the trust in Otto to get them the ball. They went so deep into blue territory, trusting that the ball would beat 11-teen, who was the near post defender in that situation. Respect, mad respect. The realization there was no back post player, and trust in their teammate. Well done, Farmingdale, coming out guns a-blazing here in Game 4, Flater. It's not perfect, but they're pulling out all the stops to keep CSI at bay.
Bit of a 2v2 here for just a little while as we see the clear coming in from FSC. An opportunity to a save to be made by 11-teen. Sends it onto his teammates, and we do see these rotational passes happen. We do see some amazing passes from CSI side, but it's only rare when we see them being actually converted into a goal. This time, however, things are drifting. Tripsy ends up sending into the orange net, and the lead has been cut in half by CSI.
Simple ticky-tack play where CSI won 3 consecutive challenges and beat 3 consecutive defenders by putting them in weird spots. That's well done by CSI. Not relenting, not changing much, just trusting in their challenge game to get them a goal back here to make the final 2 minutes a little bit more manageable than it would be if they were still down by 2. And with the amount of possession they've had this game, Flater, it feels like a matter of time before we eventually find ourselves in OT.
Does seem like a matter of time. 100 seconds left here. 2-1 is the current scoreline here in this series. So FSC, they are on the right track to make it 2-2, but never mind CSI 11-teen. What did they do to you? What an opportunity for a ground pitch. Unfortunately for them, saved right in front of the goal line, but here he is looking for more. He's thirsty and he wants more and more opportunities over on the other side, but FSC, right? They come in with clears like that, things are gonna get a lot more tougher. A demo in front of the blue net. Does it result in a goal? No, it doesn't. But FSC, they're still on the offensive side here. 60 seconds remaining, and CSI need to get out of their own half quick.
They do. That minute left, and they will. Good challenge in the midfield, forcing a miss out of Drew. Drifty hard ball off the back wall, but Drew gets right back into the middle of the play, plus a bump to secure a potential clear for Otto. That's so well done by Drew, repping, I think that's the Sentio, which is a creative car choice that we haven't mentioned yet. And that Sentio is doing a lot of work.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I forgot the name of the car. Sometimes they're difficult, but hey,
Oh.
every car looks the same, but oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be using Sendio from now on, but that was one amazing shot on target, saved right in front of it as well. But CSI, time is running out. A 1-goal deficit here could turn fatal. Let's find out if they're able to take this back. CSI on the offense. Here's Mux. He's able to control the ball here. 10 seconds left, and it seems like FSC, they might just be able to equalize the series here. 2-2 seems to be evident as the ball looks to drop down, and it does. It's Otto sending it down onto the ground, and I believe the 4th game is taken by FSC.
It is. That one was really tight, though, which isn't saying much when it comes to this series. Every game's been really tight so far, but I think the off-the-ball movement is what won the Rams that game. So much was done away from the play. The small bumps, the passing plays that only worked because the player receiving the pass was in the right spot. I mean, I think it was the first goal that Drew scored off of the corner pass from Otto, who pinched it center to Drew, who was just waiting on the CSI goal line. That's great positioning, and it started the game off on the right foot for the Rams again, and they were able to keep momentum going on their side this time when compared to game 1 when they dropped that 1-goal early lead. But Flater, I'm seriously impressed with Farmingdale and what they did off the ball that game to really find small advantages that they built into a game win against CSI.
And I'm really impressed by both of these teams, how they're able to just bounce back. You know, they go down a game, it doesn't matter. They bring in new strategies and they make it work. And that is how we end up at a 2-2 scoreline here in this best-of-7 series. Effectively a best-of-3 now, Bepik. So, who do you think is going to be taking this next win? If pattern is anything to go by, I believe it is CSI, but we'll find out soon enough. Game number 5 now underway.
I don't know if I can answer any predictive questions in this series, Flater. I just want to continue seeing good Rocket League, good back and forth Rocket League, because that just makes a series like this so much more exciting for a neutral spectator. These slight adjustments, I mean, 7 demos by Farmingdale in that last game. I don't think they've had more than 3 in a game so far in this series, but the previous one, they notched 7, and it catches the Dolphins a little bit off guard. And speaking of which, the Dolphins almost returned the favor, but Farmingdale get out of their own half.
Oh, FSC shot on target, saved by 11. He didn't even have to move. And now, on the offensive side here, heading into the corner, sending it down center. Okay, 11 taking a little bit too high, got a little too excited there, and it is FSC back on the offensive side, looking to make something happen. Just a lot of back and forth here in this first minute, but no goals being secured by either of the sides.
Farmingdale, I don't think they have a whole lot of boost. That hard hit from 11 out of the corner allowed them to steal 200 boost canisters, and I think Farmingdale's recovered since then. But I mean, Dirty Boy on 25, beaten by Mux here in 11, a free net to shoot on. Don't know what happened with their controller there, but Driftsy had their teammates back, and CSI will start off in front.
Unfortunate. The second man was there to make a save. However, I believe the 2 canisters that you talked about did come back to bite them, and it's going to be a 1-goal lead for the CSI side. Who else but Driftsy to put them in that lead? Here they go once again on the offensive side. Mux with an opportunity has to face the entire rat of the FSC defense, so no goal for him. Not yet, not this easily. Mux sends it down center, picked up by none of his teammates, and this is going to be FSC back on the offensive side. Can they make something happen? The offense is a little lacking right now, and it seems like CSI, they are off to a dominant game 5.
The clears are quick, but we know how dangerous the counterattack game of Farmingdale can be. It's the case for both of these teams, who can create goals out of seemingly nothing sometimes. So you're never truly safe, because we saw a dominant first minute out of the Dolphins in game number 4, and we know what happened in that first minute, but the scoreline is a bit different this time around. The dominance translating into a 2-goal lead now for CSI.
Oh, feeling pretty confident about those physical plays, and you love to see it. You love to see the players tilt. I mean, well, not that they are tilting right now, but, you know, the tilt that comes in from the physical plays is definitely something that can affect the gameplay. So far, 11 and the entirety of CSI, they're making it work as 11 comes in with another demo here. FSC, you would not want to be hazed by the kind of plays that CSI is making right now. Half the game remaining here. They're up by 2. And it seems like, Bebek, the pattern's being followed through here.
So far, but Otto has a chance to respond, and the shot's a little bit off, though Drew had a chance to shoot. I don't think Driftsy was expecting until it already happened. They do react quickly enough to find a clear, and it's CSI out of defense, and 11 behind the ball. They'll force a double commit out of 2 Farmingdale players. I don't think too much will come of that, as this transition is against the full FSC defense. We'll find a block, though no clear. Dirty Boy drove around it. Some weird misses happening in this game 5. A little out of character for both sides.
Yeah, and here's another shot coming in from Mux, and Otto with the save. But yeah, like you said, CSI so far have been on the better side of the spectrum currently. Both of these teams, we see them making a lot of whiffs here because of the given pressure of this game. But so far, CSI, they've managed well of taking advantage of those situations, getting that 2-goal lead. 100 seconds left in this game. FSC, they're going for bumps as well, but it hasn't been fruitful, not yet. Mux with an opportunity for a shot on target. Can he make the redirect happen? Yes, he can. Has a lot of momentum to work with. And a 3-goal lead for CSI comes underway.
It feels like the name tag for both of these teams has been flipped in the latter half of this series, with now Farmingdale playing really aggressively, going for a little overzealous bump and demo plays in the CSI end, and now they get punished for it. I mean, that goal was a direct result. I think it was Dirty Boy going for a demo that they didn't quite connect with, and that left FSC open on the other end, and here is Dirty Boy just getting straight beaten by CSI, and 11 hits those 9 times out of 10.
Otto nowhere near close to make that save, and with only 90 seconds remaining here, going up against a team like CSI in a 4-goal deficit is not an easy task whatsoever. FSC, they have a mountain to climb ahead of them. Can they do it? Can they make something happen here? It is effectively a best of 3. Like I said, this is game number 5 So whoever wins this heads on over to match point, series points, and also tournament point. But FSC, here they are once again, getting that one goal back, but still a huge way to go.
First of all, that's a crafty pinch from Otto again in the corner, starting to become dominant in that area of the field. And second of all, I had this whole point I was about to say, Flater, about how Farmingdale was kind of playing for Game 7 at this point, down by 4, trying to see what offensive strategy may work at the end of this game to get them 1 or 2 goals against CSI, but the comeback wasn't all that possible. But now, I mean, there's a chance. 3 goals in the final minute, kind of unheard of, but not impossible, especially with the firepower that the Rams have. But they got to find a clear soon because they're spending a lot of time making saves and not enough time scoring goals.
Absolutely. We've talked about how quick FSC can be on the transitions, and here they are. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication play there coming in from Denny Boy, failing to get the shot on target. But here they are making a huge redemption play, and it's going to be Drew who puts it in the top left corner of the pass from Otto, and an amazing pass it is. But cutting the lead down in half. Here we go. Only a 2-goal deficit now against CSI. FSC, they're looking to set up a huge comeback here.
Otto is distributing right now. The passing plays effective as they have 2 assists with Ebest, Drew, and Journey Boy on the receiving end of both of them. And then now 20 seconds left. We've got to see a goal soon to give a little bit of credence to this comeback, which is impressive nonetheless. They're just getting 2 goals on a CSI 4-goal lead. But this should ice it. What a shot from Mux, my word. It's a garbage time goal, yes, but that doesn't degrade it whatsoever. That was pretty.
Really was. Mux, how do you make that redirect happen? Such insane accuracy coming in from Mux there, setting a statement as making a comeback against a team like ours is not gonna be easy whatsoever. CSI right back in the lead, right back in the game, and it is game number 5 going to CSI as the ball drops down at 0 seconds. The game score ends up being 5-2 and CSI head on over to match point.
Well, if you are a Farmingdale fan, you're not going to like this fact, but that was the first CSI win that was really dominant. I mean, the other two, the first one was a game 1 overtime win, and the second one, they only won by 1 goal, but got outshot by Farmingdale. That time around, they outshot Farmingdale and won by 3 goals. So CSI is feeling themselves here in game 5, and now into game 6. Hopefully, if you are a Dolphins fan, you're hoping that the momentum stays on their side. But Farmingdale have answered, I believe, twice now, games 2 and 4 going their way. So if patterns are going to keep going here, Flater, game 6 should go Farmingdale's way.
That it should, and game 7 to decide it all. But I do have to point out that spring 2022 score was 4-2.
Sure.
And that means if CSI takes the next one, it's gonna be the exact same scoreline. So a lot riding on here in this next game, number 6. But, Bebek, I have to ask. It's like you said, I believe, it could be that the team of Farmingdale, they're playing for game 7.
Yep.
They're trying to read the kind of offense that CSI is bringing in, and they're trying to retaliate off of that. But heading into game number 7, you need to win this game right here.
That's a fact, or else your season comes to a close just short of the conference title again, and that would leave a sour taste, I'm sure, in any competitor's mouths. And Farmingdale at least want to go to game 7, give themselves a chance to take it, but already 1 demo as a Ram has a car blown up by a Dolphin, and that's not a good sight to see. The demo plays of CSI have been very effective, but the counterattack plays have been very effective for the Rams. That one just a little bit off. The second chance, the same.
Oh my god, a lot of bump plays coming in, a lot of miscommunication between both of these teams, and yet nobody coming out on top here. The save needs to be made, which it does. Going off the backboard, here's 11-teen coming in with all the fury and the rage, but the save comes in from Otto. Driftsy wants to keep this in the orange half for just a little while longer, gets contested almost immediately, sending it over to Otto. The redirect double touch isn't there, but the pass over to the third man could be made something. Unfortunately for them, it is still a 0-0 scoreline with Driftsy. Otto now in possession. Cannot keep it for much longer. Here he is, has the boost to work with. but it is just ping pong action here. Bepic, who's gonna take this first goal? It might just be Otto as he sends it onto the blue net, and the first goal goes to FSC.
Oh, we're not going to get to see it in the replay, but Mux left that ball alone in the midfield. I don't know if they missed boost in the corner or if they just didn't think that Drifty was going to find a bump, giving CSI possession, but either way, that led to Otto being deep in enemy territory and prepared to receive that center ball as 3 players just missed on the center circle face-off. It doesn't result in a goal or anything, but what on earth is happening here in this Game 6?
I believe everybody's just looking to set up here for this Game 7. Even CSI are like, you know what, we'll take this to Game 7, we'll beat you there. But it seems like so far, you would not want to be doing that because FSC, they're coming in stronger in Game 6, and you wouldn't want a momentum like that going into Game 7, as it's Drew with a bit of an open net there, considering they're still the last man. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't matter. 90 seconds in, FSC, they're up by 2.
Mux, I don't like the in-and-out save decision there. They were low on boost. They had 23, but there was a lot of space for them to collect that ball and at least force a 50 and buy time for teammates to get back. Instead, they go for the all-out play in their own net, and it does not end up paying off. CSI down by 2, and that will find the back of the net, so only down by 1. Good answer by 11 and Mux, not dissuaded at all by previous mistakes.
You'd love to see the kind of redirect coming in from 11 and Mux, you know, making sure that the play has been secured here. 1 goal lead for the FSC side. CSI, after that bit of a tough first minute, they're looking to make this comeback now as we see Driftsy on the sidewall getting it past to 1. The flip onto the ball to get it past the second doesn't happen, but here's 11 sending it over to Mux, shot on target, saved by Drew. And Otto, even though has no boost to work with, will be making some kind of a play here. 11 comes right back, sends it over to Driftsy. An opportunity for a shot comes in, but Drew is there to save the day. A double commit could result in a shot on target. Danny Boy has no boost to work with and no perfect position to shoot that shot. FSC, they're still up by 1, but CSI, they're looking to take that right back in their own hands. Here's Driftsy, a bit of an unfortunate touch there off the backboard. Mux looking to make something happen. 11 looking to send this down center, which he does, but Danny Boy, there he is making the save. Half the game remaining here. FSC, can they extend this lead, or is it going to be CSI making the equalizer? So far, we cannot tell. I do not know the answer to that question.
I don't either. I don't know the answer of whether or not these players are going to hit the ball consistently. I don't know if it's nerves affecting them at this stage in the series, but there have been a lot of strange whiffs and cuts of rotation, and it's led to some weird plays, though no one's really been scored on in a really strange rotational play as Otto has their shot saved by Driftsy, and now a 2v1 the other way. 11 misses the bump, though. Otto's shot just a hair off. That would have been huge for FSC in terms of potentially securing their berth in Game 7 here in the Grand Finals Flater, but we keep playing this very, very strange Game 6.
Very strange indeed. Here we see Driftsy once again looking for a very huge opportunity there on the back of the net, but Whiffs keep on coming in. Whiffs is the name of the game here in game number 6, and with only 90 seconds remaining, CSI, they're down by 1. And after that demo, it could be an opportunity here. Otto sends it up high. 11 reads it perfectly well. Pass down center. An open net. Never mind. Drew's there to make the save, and 60 seconds remain. But CSI is still in the deficit, but very much in possession of the play. 11 sends it down center. An opportunity. Top left corner. A little too wide. A double commit to make the clear. And FSC head right into the offense.
CSI has been playing a bit faster than Farmingdale, I think, in this Game 6, but the backline defense of Farmingdale is by far and away making up for that speed disadvantage that their defense is suffering with just incredible saves, keeping this 1-goal lead intact. But they have to defend for 35 more seconds effectively because CSI are hunting. They want at least overtime. They want this series to be over in 6 because anything can happen on that in that 7th and final game. 11 to shoot, but again, Dirty Boy on the back line making a clutch save.
Oh! This is it. This could be it. It is it. Mug's bottom right corner in the perfect position. Had the perfect idea as to where to place this ball, and all those whiffs come raining down upon him as he gets that redemption goal. and ties up game number 6 with 17 seconds remaining here. We could go to overtime. This could end right here. I don't know. We'll find out. Heading into the fifth kickoff. Here we see Drew. Shot down center, saved away by the defensive side. Mux take possession, no second touch for him. Gives Otto an opportunity to make something happen, but I believe Denny Boy could have had something. Unfortunately, the ball's going to be dropping down. Never mind, they decide to keep it up. Can they keep it up for much longer? The ball at 0 seconds. Still an opportunity for FSC to make something happen. 11-10, can he make the save? Yes, he can. But they need to save it once again, and Mux with the demo will make it happen. We head into game 6 overtime.
What a save by 11-10, keeping us on track for extra time here. CSI can still win it in 6, but Farmingdale got very close on that 0 seconds. They have to be feeling like they're in the advantageous position at the moment with their offense churning like it was moments ago. In comes Dirty Boy for a potential winner, but couldn't get around it. And Driftsy. And now 1v1, Driftsy to the right of Mux. They tried to pinch it home, but the car of Mux is what Driftsy found there, and so the Dolphins unable to take it in OT just yet, Flater, but back and forth. CSI getting closer and closer now with these passing plays. 11-10, no shot on target.
Mux setting it down center. Here's Drew. Does make the play, sends it on the ceiling with possession given away just like that. 11-10, no power on that shot. Last man to beat. Mux goes up high. Does manage to make sure the rotations come in from his teammate. Driftsy, here he is. Trying to cut off the rotations here. I'm not sure whether that was the right idea. Mux on the flick, misses it. And Drew does end up making the save. 11-10, misses the touch here, but Mux is there to make that save happen. And there he is once again on the ball, missing. Unfortunately for him, the defense is right back. The flick over one is good enough, but Driftsy is there to send it back into the midfield. A lot of back and forth action here. Who comes out on top? We will never know. 11-10. Here he is in the corner. Drew takes it right back. Mux on the ceiling, sending it down center here. Driftsy looking to make some incredible demos happen, but as of right now, hasn't found a lot of fruit with it. Drew, here he is. Shot towards target, but that is possession given away to Mux, who sends it down center, raining high. The defense is a little far away. That hits the post, and Driftsy fails to make the shot on target here. No goals are being secured yet.
It feels like the team that's been here before, the team that's won 3 straight conference titles, is the one with the that's looking a bit more comfortable with that advantage in this Game 6 overtime. And that's the Dolphins. For those that don't know how many straight conference titles they've won, it is 3. And so far, they've, I think, missed fewer balls in the midfield, and they've had more chances on their opponent's net. So if FSC are going to win it, it has to come soon, you feel, because a matter of time before CSI eventually sinks a shot, though they have had to make a decent amount of saves in the last 30-40 seconds. As Farmingdale push for the game winner and that berth in Game 7.
Less than 30 seconds in. No goals being secured yet. Driftsy sending it down center to get the ball picked up by his teammate. Unfortunately for him, a little bit of a lack of miscommunication there will result in them taking it on to the other side with no particular pressure whatsoever. 11-10, sending it over to Driftsy, the 50. Not sure what way it goes to, but Driftsy comes out on top here. Flip reset opportunity. Mux takes it right back from his hands, and it hits the backboard with no second chances for them to make a shot on target. It's going to be FSC right back on the offensive side. 11-10 in the corner. Takes it up high. He has beaten everybody. And the open net is there for him. And the tournament win comes in for 11-10 as he takes the goal in overtime. And the 4-time reigning champions are going to be CSI, taking the fall 2022 ECC conference title.
Just a hair too aggressive there. Farmingdale wanted that Game 7 so badly, it led to an open net loss in Game 6. Congratulations to the College of Staten Island. They deserve it. I mean, that was class there at the end. They look composed despite being in the situation that everyone wants to be in, but is so tough to perform within. Getting that last game before your opponent's able to come back. And there were mistakes out of CSI. I mean, Mux made a couple there at the beginning, but quick to respond. That short-term memory loss is always prevalent in the heads of stars, and Mux got right back to it. 2 goals after conceding the first 2 for their team. So championship pedigree all around in the College of Staten Island roster, Flater. They looked the part of 3-time, now 4-time ECC champions.
Over on the other side, Farmingdale once again, huge congrats to them for making this far. But once again, it was the same field, it was the same title. They were basically given the second opportunity there. Unfortunately for them, the result turns out to be the same. It's going to be a 4-2 victory for the CSI side. But hey, some amazing best of seven series here, going into game six overtime, so close into
Yeah.
game seven. And like you said, if they were able to figure out that offense, then game seven was FSC's for the taking. But unfortunately, that is just going to be it for the ECC conference this time around. We'll be back again soon with more content. This was Flater, and with Bepic along with me in the casting booth. Once again, a huge thanks to you. It was an amazing, it was always a blast, Bepic. And thank you to Professor Layden on the backstage with pushing all the buttons, helping out with production and stuff, setting up the lobbies. And huge thanks to the players for an amazing game. And thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. Unfortunately, I forgot about. Ladies and gentlemen, we are right back. And yes, it was a little sooner than you might have expected when I said we'll see you soon. Here we have 11 teen with us from the CSI roster. 11 teen, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling about this win?
I'm feeling great, thank you.
Yeah, you guys
All
look
right.
very good out there. I mean, your fourth straight ECC title as a program. Now, I want to know how many of those titles were you a part of on the top CSI roster, and how do you stay that consistent at the College of Staten Island?
So we've had the same roster for all four of those titles.
Explains it.
Yeah, it's been the same team since the start of the program, and we're I don't know, we've been very blessed to have a powerful team to begin with, and we've been growing ever since. Definitely through a lot of adversity, but we're here now.
The chemistry shows in the field with the passing plays, the demo plays that really started working there at the end. And I mean, that's your second now conference title win over Farmingdale. Is there a rivalry that's kind of budding or has budded there, or is it just another win for you guys?
Yeah, no, Farmingdale is great. I We didn't know that they were coming in with a new player this season in Dirty Boy. He definitely showed up a lot. Um, I don't know, last final, this final, we came in a little nervous. We came in a little cold, but once we gathered ourselves, we were able to take it.
Absolutely. And I have to ask, what else do you guys do as a roster together? Do you guys play any scrims? Do you guys do tournaments, CRL? What do you guys do exactly?
Yeah, I mean, every season we're trying to qualify for CRL, but the competition is very stacked. There's a lot of pros entering the league. But we definitely try to scrim higher level teams, try to keep the chemistry up, try to learn how we can improve.
Absolutely. And once again, 11 teen, a huge congrats to this win. Do you have anybody who you'd like to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd love to shout out Alberto, the director of our program, everyone at our program. The support is massive. Um, Hopefully we keep growing. Hopefully we expand, get an esports facility. I definitely want to shout out my teammates for carrying me as always. Couldn't be here without them.
Absolutely. Once again, CSI, everybody, are going to be your ECC 2022 fall champions. And 11, thank you for coming in. And I believe we'll see you again next season. Just a few more months getting that practice in, and we'll see you in an even better position.
Yep, hopefully. Thank you.
All right. And I believe that is now going to be it from our side from the ECC stream. Once again, thank you to everybody who's contributed to making this stream possible. But this was ECC, and we will be signing off.